When we kicked off our very first road trip, we were already working full-time remote jobs. Calendars packed, deadlines, support calls, the real deal. And that hasn't changed. What has changed is how we've learned to experience more of life and in the in-between moments. We wanted to explore and keep working, have our cake and eat it too. Isn't that what we're all aiming for? Every photo you're about to see was taken outside of our work hours, early mornings, evenings, or weekends. On our first road trip, for 8 weeks, it took only a couple days off to spend time with family, and yet it felt like one of the most freeing things we've ever done. Think, spending time in the great outdoors, or shopping in lovely little towns, or paddleboarding after work instead of commuting home and running errands or mowing the lawn, all the things. Of course, it wasn't always dreamy views and campfire vibes. I actually don't think we even had a campfire on our first trip at all. Traveling in the summer, because we left in early July, we encountered many burn bans, and honestly, it was just too hot. We made a lot of mistakes. Not with fires, but like rolling into Lake Mead National Recreation Area in the middle of July with a brutal 115-degree heat wave going on, with only one RV AC unit. Just one. It totally didn't stand a chance. We ended up in full-on survival mode, buying a residential AC unit at Walmart, and it took up way too much room in our living space, which was already crowded. But honestly, it was a godsend for us and the dogs. To block the heat, we taped dollar store windshield shades to our windows. It wasn't cute at all, but we looked like we were running for a side hustle for Breaking Bad. But it worked for a while, and it got us through until we fled to the Southern California coast to beat the heat. We started learning lessons about what our priorities for camp locations were. Higher elevations in the summertime for cooler temps, shaded or partially shaded sites, checking weather forecasts a little more diligently, and adjusting our expectations, especially on travel days after long work days. We also discovered our multiple cell phone plans with unlimited data wasn't going to cut it for us on conference calls. We ended up buying a Starlink during our second work week on the road, and it was a game changer for us. No more laggy audio and turning off our video to preserve bandwidth. We discovered we liked highways better than freeways. The long way often felt like the right way to us. A slower pace, neat roadside attractions, and getting a better glimpse of rural America. We kept working on our Pacific time schedule no matter where we were, which really confused the dogs. But they knew we were off schedule, but they rolled with it, sort of, as much as dogs do. We worked from some pretty unique places: Walmart parking lots, rest areas, and once from the side of a freeway off-ramp after a tire blowout. Remote work isn't always glamorous. But all the unknowns and the new-to-us situations, we learned how to work together as a team. What we handled well, where we needed to grow, how to give each other space, and sometimes just a little more patience. I'm not even talking about backing into tight RV spaces. And I will say, I've had to ask for forgiveness repeatedly for what I said when it was 109 degrees out. We'd done so much research just to get on that first trip. We didn't want to lose the joy of the doing. So even with the tough stuff, we kept going. We also learned that our Springdale, as beloved as she wasn't going to cut it long term for us. Too small for 2 remote workers and back-to-back conference calls. No separation of space for privacy. 2 dogs that were roughly the size of coworkers and us. So, when we got home, it took us almost a year to get back out on there full time, to make arrangements with our house, to decide about a new rig and what we really needed. But that trip gave us the clarity to choose what would work for us. We took 2 more long trips in our Springdale to test what we'd learned, to dial in what felt sustainable, and to figure out what pace worked for us as well. For the record, we didn't follow the 3-3-3 rule, the 3 hours of driving, 300 miles max, and arrive by 3 p.m. We had many 10-hour drive days, pulled in after dark one too many times. And would I recommend that? No, not at all, especially if you're new. And we learned from it. Now we travel differently, a little more relaxed, a little more realistic, and we try to stay in one spot for at least 2 full work weeks. That allows us to spend time in one spot over the weekend and really get to enjoy and have time to explore. It doesn't always work out that way, but it's a rhythm that lets us rest and enjoy the place we're in, which is why we hit the road in the first place, to see America and actually enjoy it, and each other. It's not perfect. It's not always easy. I don't think we're out here to say that it's going to be easy, It's just an alternate lifestyle. But it's ours, and it's our journey. And as we go, each trip, each place we visit, we figure things out 1 mile at a time. Thank you for joining us on our journey as we learn to live beyond the map.